Bear down, Chicago Bears. We are live right now, and we've got some interesting details that have come out in the last little while. I'm going to break this down for you. Won't take too much of your time. I appreciate you coming in here. If you like this content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button. Leave a comment letting me know that you are a Bears fan. If you're not a Bears fan, let me know that too. And if you like Justin Fields, if you hate Justin Fields, just let me know, and we'll tailor the coverage to whatever it is that you guys are most interested into, because we are looking to figure out what is going on with our Chicago Bears. Now, the big thing is there was an exit interview just held by Jaylen Johnson, and Parkinson Spiegel had this conversation breaking about an hour ago with Jaylen Johnson, and it revealed some serious functional problems in the Matt Eberflus system. And I don't think that Jaylen Johnson was looking to do that at all. I don't think that Jaylen Johnson intended for it to be that way. It just ended up that way. And I'm going to quote him what he said. And what he said was, during my exit interview, I they ask you about things that, it's not always just about the game. It's not always about the preparation. Sometimes it's about the food. Sometimes it's about, little things that go on. How can we improve everything? But what I said was, I think it would be a lot better for us to actually practice some of these plays that were, like, let's just say that we're going against a team that has that likes to do a jet sweep, and they like to sweep to the left. Like, instead of just watching it on video and saying, "Hey guys, be aware of this," maybe we should walk through the process a few times so that we get the mistakes out of the way, so that we do it the right way and we're more prepared for it. And guys, I got to be honest with you. It never occurred to me I never even thought it was possible for an NFL team, for an NFL team to have a conversation like, yeah, we just watch it on video and they tell us, like, do that. That's insane to me. How is this going on this team? This is absolutely bonkers. Now, what they're saying basically is they're not preparing. Now, if you go back and let's talk about the first game of the season. When we went to the first game of the season, what did we feel? We felt like this team was not prepared for success. We felt like they were just not ready. And I think that it might be that this vanilla do not get ready sort of hob hodgepodge way of coaching might be an incredible problem. And I hope that during this exit interview and many more just like it, I do hope that in the event that Matt Eberflus is with us for the next year, I hope that he got that as a message. And I hope that if he did not, and he's not, Ryan Poles got that as a message, and that he addresses that is a problem. And I can't imagine that anybody who's listening to these things is not seeing this is a gigantic problem. Jaylen Johnson is telling you that they're not even practicing for the teams that are coming up. They're not preparing for the eventualities. Look, one of the most important things that you can do to become good at something is repetition. Jaylen Johnson's suggestion here is maybe we should go through the process just a couple of times so that we get the mistakes out of the way, so that when it happens and we see it on the field, we're ready for it. Well, what else are you preparing for? That to me sounded absolutely bizarre. How are you not addressing game related situations in your practices to ensure that your players have worked their way through the process so that they are ready? Now, guys, I don't know about you. Brandon Sikora is in the house. He says, I'm not really a Bears fan, but I also don't think Fields is the guy, but he's the best option over Caleb or Drake. And I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with that. I've made it known that what I think is the most important thing right now is hold on to Justin Fields, because I would agree that they're not enough of an upgrade. Now, the other problem that anybody who's a fan of either one of these guys will point out to you is that, well, I'm not thinking logically about it. I'm not thinking clearly about it. And I'm not doing that because it only cost about $9 million to sign one of these guys. And, that makes it a lot more cost effective. And they think that the cheat code in the NFL is create yourself an elite defense, which the Bears are doing, create some offensive weapons, which the Bears might be doing in this draft, and then just put in a rookie quarter and plug and play, and you get the Pat Mahomes situation. Don't bother with the fact that most of the Super Bowls, of course, are won by Tom Brady. They're saying that that's a cheat code in the NFL. I disagree, but I understand where they're coming from in that context. Now, I think that Justin Fields is a viable option to lead the Bears to the Super Bowl in the future, but it's going to take something more than what we've seen so far. Luke Getsy, it would be my opinion, has got to go. And while we're on the subject of coaching, guys, recognize, if you will, one of our own, Jim Harbaugh, led his team, the Michigan Wolverines, to the national title, his first national title, and fantastic. He played for Michigan. He came back to coach Michigan. He took them to a national title. Now he played for the Bears too. So the question becomes, can the Bears reach out and get him? Now, yesterday, Black Monday, you didn't see anything happen with the Chicago Bears. They did not, they didn't make a move. And that's an interesting thing to see on a Black Monday, other than just kind of holding the line while other teams are making moves. So what does that mean? Well, generally speaking, it probably means that number one, Matt Eberflus is coming back, or number two, they're waiting for something. And what are they waiting for? They're waiting for this guy over here to find out, is there a possibility? Jim, do you want to come and do what you just did? Do you want to go out on top, and do you want to do what you just did and make that happen in Chicago? So that's the question that I think we'll find out the answer to very quickly, by the way. There is an interview that did happen with Jim Harbaugh right here. Did Jim Harbaugh just indirectly announce his plans to stay put at Michigan? So it is entirely possible that this is a conversation that won't matter very much, won't be very relevant, and the next thing we know, we're moving on and we're using Eberflus again. So that is something that could be happening, and I guess that's the thing. Now, back to Jaylen Johnson. There's two things that happened in this interview. Number one, the most important thing was he said that the team basically is just not ready and is not doing the plays that they're supposed to be doing. And the second thing is that he didn't consider it an exit interview. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Now, why do you think he said that? And it's because he fully expects to return as a Chicago Bear next year. I would assume that at this point, he's not tipping his hat, but he's saying that I fully expect. They've had some good conversations so far that most probably you'll be looking at me in a Chicago Bears uniform next year, because they've already given me assurance that they want me on the team. They want me to be part of it, and I will be here. So I think that that's what's going to happen. And then I'm going to close this off today, guys, with something that's incredible. And I'm going to play you a little footage here. And this footage is just it's insane. We have to recognize that this is just in some ways just absolute lunacy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run you a tape. It's about 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. It's through CBS Sports. It's available on X. So we're going to analyze this real quick. We're going to kind of look at this and see, we gave the Green Bay Packers all day long to throw the ball. We did not rush the passer nearly enough or as effectively. I believe DeMarcus Walker came in with a sack, and that was it. I don't think we really got to, we really didn't flush Jordan Love even out of the pocket. But I want you to look at what's happening here for the Chicago Bears. Look at how rapidly this line is breaking down. And we're just going to roll the tape here. And you see Justin Fields drops back, has to make that quick decision. Now, that's where you need, by the way, that's why you need somebody like Malik Neighbors. That's why you need somebody like Marvin Harrison Jr. You need somebody who's able to make those short routes so that you can make those kind of throws all day long and not just across the middle. You need somebody who's available right now, because look at this pocket. I want to go back here just a moment here, and I want to just show you guys, like, this is the snap right here, and look how quickly this pocket is collapsing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that pocket is dead in 3 seconds. How can you send your receivers downfield and look? It's 3rd and 4. You only need 4 yards. Guys, I have to point out that the line is right here. This is the first down marker. Why are there not receivers around this range? Let's go ahead and continue. Look at this. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. How do you not have receivers in your range at this point? This is bonkers to me, and is a testament of why Luke Getsy cannot be the coach. And I mean, look, we've got people coming back to the ball, but the receivers are 10 yards down the field. We only have 3 seconds. This is crazy. This is an example of everything that's wrong with Luke Getsy and his play calling. Now, let's continue on. Justin Fields gets the first down. Now, we have a play action, and we look like we're moving to the right. Now we're heading to the left, and boom, look at this. He's already being rushed, already there. And look at this. This was a great play by DJ Moore. This was a fantastic reception. But did you see how close it was to like, he had no separation. He had no time. He was under pressure. And look at this. 1, 2, it was 1, 2, 3, and he's breaking it down. And look at that. Great throw when he's got just a little bit of time. Good throw. Here we go. 3 seconds. The pocket breaks down. Now he's sacked. Now this is 2 seconds, and he has to run. He's only getting a couple yards. Look at this. There's nothing here. These guys, you can't even do a screen play. This is just so poor. Now, you're seeing some of these throws. Now, look at these. These are quick throws because you're under pressure. And how do you run a successful offense when this is what you're looking at? And this is over and over and over again. Look at this. This is just coming right in. And look, Tevin Jenkins, by the way, it should be pointed out. Tevin Jenkins came in and said specifically, guys, I'm sorry. This was the worst game that I've ever played. And fair enough, but this was the game where we needed something more. But listen, if we were to attack Tevin Jenkins, what about everybody else? Look at this. Look at this. This is how can we not defend anybody? This is the pocket. You got a little time in the pocket. What do you have? You have a perfect play. A little time in the pocket. You got a perfect play. A little time in the pocket. You get a perfect play. You know what I mean? Like this is a testimony. And there you go. There you go. When you don't have time, this is what happens. When you're given the opportunity, look at this. It's perfect. It's beautiful. When you have time, here we go. Now you can make a move. And look, this is not a bad move. This is a good move. The pocket broke down and you had the opportunity, but you had over 3 seconds. You had some time for you to evaluate what's going on the field. That's perfect. This one, you're out of time. You're already out of time. This is going on over and over and over again. Look at this. He's dropping way back and he's already avoiding everybody. That's insane. Here we go. A little bit of time. Boom. First down. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Now he's got to make the play. Now, look, this doesn't mean that he's not going to make the play. Doesn't mean that he can't make a play. But this is under duress. Every single play that we're looking at here, even the ones where you're getting 4 or 5 seconds, even those are still coming under duress. This is not the type of offensive line that you want to be behind. It's absolutely insane what we're watching here. This complete breakdown of the pocket is happening quicker than anybody should have to deal with. And remember, guys, we saw this with Jay Cutler. We saw it with Mitchell Trubisky. We saw this as a continuing problem for the Chicago Bears. And it is fortunate that we have somebody here like Justin Fields who can, accidentally take shots to the head It's just unbelievable. The no calls, by the way, 17 games, no roughing the passer, no personal fouls against Justin Fields, a runner, not a run first guy, but a runner. And how is that? That's absolutely bonkers what's happening over there. So, and guys, look, this just continues on. 1, 2, 3. You get a little time to throw, but you got hands up. 1, 2, 3. Well, sack. This is 1, 2, 3, and now, by the way, it should be noted that in that play right there, he had to throw it high because the rush was coming at him and the guy was in his face. So he had to throw it over, which didn't give DJ Moore a chance to make the play. The point to this is that this is it's absolutely crazy what you're watching and what you're seeing real time from the Chicago Bears. This is what's being evaluated right now at Hallis Hall, and Ryan Poles, I hope, is looking at the tape and seeing that. And look, it should be fair to say that this team has had a decent couple of games until Green Bay. There was a breakdown that led to Green Bay. Now, what is that breakdown? Is that Luke Getsy? I continue to joke mockingly that this is the best game that Luke Getsy's ever coached for the Green Bay Packers. And I don't believe in conspiracies, by the way. I don't think that he's secretly working for the Green Bay Packers. It's funny. It's a joke. But, we really need to look at it and say, how does the guy who was on that team making those calls for that team not understand what that team is going to do on defense? You really have to ask yourself this question. How are you so out of touch with the reality of the gameplay of what's happening? And I don't know that we have an answer for that. So the Chicago Bears got some work to do. Jaylen Johnson, I do think, is going to be back here. And we'll wrap this up with, we need some help. And I think that over the next couple of hours, we're probably going to start to see some pieces fall. Dominoes are going to need to fall into place. Now, could we replace Luke Getsy right away? I don't. Here's the thing. I get the sense that Luke Getsy's got to go, but that they're holding on just to kind of see what happens and who's available. And it might take making sure that some of the pieces that the Bears are looking for have to be in line. So maybe, just maybe, we're waiting for somebody who's in the playoffs to kind of become available or make the time. But I feel like we need to make a statement for the fans, for the base. Number one, we're sticking with Justin Fields. Number two, we're going with a new offensive coordinator. Number three, we've got a defensive coordinator coming in that knows what to do. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Guys, this is, I think, going to be the start of a new era for the Chicago Bears. I do hope that Justin Fields is part of that new era. He's done a lot for this community in the last 3 years. And I think that he's capable of being a starter in this league. I would like to see him continue, but if he doesn't, then, I'm still a Bears fan first and foremost. I'm not sold on any single person as a savior for any single team. It's a team game, it's a team effort. So we'll see what happens, but it looks like Jaylen Johnson will be part of it after all. So until the next time, we'll talk to you soon.